What is cinematography? Cinematography is the visual way we frame the shots of films, the way films communicate to the viewer through the use of vision, and by that extent making cinematography the language of cinema. Words have meanings, which means shots have meanings. For example, if we wish to make a character seem dangerous or imposing on another character, then a low-angle shot will be used, to help make the character dominate the screen further. If a Dutch angle is placed into film, to demonstrate confusion and dream sequences. Long shots to show vast distances and close-ups signify emotion. And then there is a whole of a glossary of cinematography. Wide lenses, colour palette, depth of field, these are all further in to create the frames we see on screen. All directors use cinematography, as it makes up every shot. However, there are some filmmakers who use cinematography as a true art form. The director this video essay is about is Stanley Kubrick, and the film we will be primarily looking at is Barry Lyndon, a film that follows a 17th century Irish rogue who moves up British aristocracy. Stanley Kubrick's Barry Lyndon was shot exclusively on location in England and Ireland, and is renowned for its cinematography. Most frames were set up in a way so that it would look like 18th century paintings. From the beginning of Barry Lyndon, Kubrick felt it was important to avoid a stuffy, studio shot look of other costume dramas that were being produced at the time. He felt it was important for the film to have a look that it could have actually been shot in a European setting of the 18th century. One of the difficulties he had to solve was the ability to shoot by candlelight, and didn't include the use of electric light in the film. With the help of his director of photography, John Alcott, they worked on finding a solution to the problem of working with candlelight. Candlelight is hard to capture on camera, as the flame flickers quicker than the camera lens shuts. They tried numerous different combinations of lenses and film stock. The answer came up with 3 superfast 50mm lenses, which were manufactured for use by NASA in the Apollo moon landings. These cameras were used for the close-up and medium shots that we see used within the film, that were lit by candlelight. A zoom lens was further added that shrunk the ratio down to 36.5mm that captured the wide shots. Touching back on the fact that the film tries to emulate artwork, further cements the idea that Kubrick was a true pioneer in making films as an artwork rather than just a film. There is little camera movement in Barry Lyndon, but there are 36 zoom shots. Unlike a physical dolly move, in which the parallax effect as the image moves from one viewpoint to another causes different planes of the image to shrink or enlarge at different states, a zoom merely magnifies or reduces a whole image as a single element. This, of course, only serves to enhance the impression of a two-dimensional piece of art. In preparation for Barry Lyndon, we studied the lighting effects achieved in the paintings of the Dutch masters. This is a quote from Alcott, his cinematographer. He further goes on to say, "In most instances, we were trying to create the feeling of natural light within the houses, mostly stately homes that we used as shooting locations." Kubrick closely observed how natural light would come in through the windows, and emulate that using diffused mini brutes outside. This made it possible to shoot long days during the British winter when natural light was in short supply. Candlelight was insisted upon further, as it was all 18th century painters would have been able to access for lighting at the time. The blocking in Barry Lyndon is often static. While this is certainly a creative decision by Kubrick, again recalling painted canvases and the frozen figures, it was also technically necessary in the candlelit scenes. Whenever the lenses were in use, the cast were apparently instructed to move as little as possible, to prevent them going out of focus. Kubrick's cinematography was unique in all his films, but as of the renowned brilliance of the camera work in Barry Lyndon, I chose to discuss that piece of his work. I'm James Millington, and I hope you have enjoyed my video essay on Kubrick's Barry Lyndon.